Whilst Batman may be known for his martial arts skills, the Joker isn't exactly known as a martial artist. In fact, compared to most DC characters, there's not too much known about the Joker in general or his intriguing backstory. However, what we do know about the Joker is that he's an avid fighter and a real handful when it comes to combat. In short, the Joker has been around for years and always manages to find a way to survive. The fact he can hang with Batman, who is a very skilled martial artist, as well as superhuman heroes and villains, shows that the Joker knows how to fight. At this point, we know that he's not really formally trained in martial arts, yet he's still relatively good at fighting. If you think about it, the Joker likely wouldn't have the patience to learn martial arts formally, whilst he'd still be able to fight due to his wild lifestyle. The Joker is clearly firearms trained. It's debatable whether using firearms is a martial art, but if we assume it is, then the Joker would be a black belt when using guns and other weapons. Over the years, he has used guns to kill or protect himself, which often range from pistols to over-the-top cannons. He seems to have a very quick draw and good accuracy, so it's fair to say that the Joker is a skilled marksman. Whilst his technique may be a bit unorthodox, such as firing beneath his armpit, it still seems to work. This is probably the result of years of gunfights and being fearless when it comes to death, which makes for a scary combination. The Joker also knows Ninjutsu. Although Ninjutsu is a martial art, it's more like a culture in some ways, and isn't really taught much in modern day. Therefore, it's fair to say that the Joker knows Ninjutsu, even if he's not aware of it. Ninjutsu is the art of deception and trickery, which is arguably the Joker's greatest skill. Here, he can mentally manipulate people, spread fear, and sneak around for his own gain. In other words, a lot of the Joker's traits can be seen in Ninjutsu. Making explosives is something that was taught in Ninjutsu, which is something the Joker has a good track record of. So it's not fair to call the Joker a ninja, but he actually has a lot in common with many of the principles of Ninjutsu. When it comes to dirty boxing, this is a fighting style that the Joker often uses. This is done by getting in close with an opponent and combining both boxing and grappling methods. Commonly used in MMA fights, this is very effective and involves striking the enemy from the clinch. Over the years, the Joker has used this method to fight Batman as well as others. From the clinch, he's not afraid to use his elbows or even his skull to land headbutt blows. As you can imagine, this is a nightmare to fight against, and combined with his crazy personality, it makes for a very tough opponent. The Joker is also a master in street fighting. As we've established, putting a stamp on the Joker's fighting style is quite difficult. In general, it's fairly ambiguous in terms of marking what he's good at. However, when you combine his dirty tricks, ruthless nature, and cunning strategy with experience, it's fair to say he's a master when it comes to street fighting. Unlike some fighters, he will literally do anything to win and use his environment wisely. Often he'll simply draw for his gun in a fist fight, which is unfair but has an obvious advantage. Sometimes he'll quickly pull knives from his pockets or trick his enemies into trusting him. Remember, he's been doing this for many years and nothing is beneath him in terms of ethics. As a result, the Joker is certainly a master when it comes to street fights. In conclusion, in some ways it feels wrong to brand the Joker as a martial artist. Remember, one of the main parts of training martial arts is to improve your mental state as well as your physical. With this in mind, mentally the Joker is not a real martial artist, as he uses his physical powers for abuse and mayhem. Furthermore, he's likely not received any formal training when compared to Batman and many others. Having said this, even the biggest martial arts purists would agree that when it comes to fighting, the Joker is no joke. In fact, he's pretty unorthodox and tricky to read, which means he's very dangerous. To sum up, the Joker may be technically an unregistered martial artist, but as a fighter, he's definitely a problem. Interestingly, the Joker has likely never received a belt in his life, and isn't even a white belt. Still, if anything else, he is an example of how someone can be a tough fighter without being trained. By combining firearms, ninjutsu and dirty boxing, the Joker has made himself a menace to his enemies, but whether he's a martial artist is up to you.